Hey everybody, Brian Horvath here. Excited to be with you for another LinkedIn Live Q&A and ecstatic about the topic today. I always am ecstatic about the topic. Really fired up to be able to share with you today how to be found on LinkedIn quickly, how to have people look at your content, view your content, be excited about your profile, and then take the right steps to connect with you beyond just viewing your profile. And that's really what we all want, right? We all want the availability or the ability to be able to communicate and connect and collaborate using LinkedIn as a tool that it is to do that. And so today we're going to get after it really quickly to be able to show you how to do that. So let me jump in a little bit to our presentation for today and what I share with you. And I'm a little bit behind today. I'm still like in spring break, la la land, coming back from spring break and trying to figure out where the heck am I, what's going on, and what my name is, and all that good stuff. So forgive me, but here we go. So we'll jump into today's topic. You see right over there is how to craft. Oh, let me move that. Boop, 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 boop. Let me get that right. How to craft a LinkedIn Live. How to craft a LinkedIn scroll stopping about section. That's what we want to do today. That's what we want to do is help you to make the most out of LinkedIn with what I call a scroll stopping LinkedIn about section. And I'm going to give you I'm going to give you some templates. I'm going to give you some real practical steps that you can take today as soon as we end this video on how you can do exactly that. So let's go ahead and get that going for you and moving on. So here we are. Right over here, you're going to see what we're talking about here. And before we get into all that, I want to let you know kind of like this show, if you will, is sponsored by my LinkedIn Profile Quick Start Guide, a nice kind of step-by-step template kind of person that I am. I want to bring that to you within LinkedIn as well and be able to give you a kind of a checklist, a quick start guide to help you take advantage of all the opportunities that are out there on LinkedIn for you to communicate, connect, and collaborate. That's what we're all about here today. So let's get moving forward on that. You can always email me your questions each and every week. You have a question about one of the LinkedIn Lives we had in the past, maybe about the topic that you're here to hear or here to discuss with me today or learn about today, or something you have that maybe is off topic. We want to get not off topic in a bad way, but off topic of today's specific topic. I always bring some teaching nuggets to prime the pump to get you thinking, but also want to field those questions are really important to me to help you use LinkedIn, lean into LinkedIn, leverage LinkedIn, and make the most out of it, maximize the world's largest professional network, large professional platform. So each and every Wednesday at noon, 9 a.m. Pacific, noon Eastern, 9 a.m. Pacific, we're here on LinkedIn. And just recently, hopefully this is going out to my Facebook groups. It may not be, but I have a couple of Facebook groups, some for my course participants and course students, and then also for my free, private private Facebook group called Living on Purpose with Brian Horvath. And I just learned yesterday that Facebook said I'm posting too many times the same content in my groups. And I'm like, I don't know where that is because I don't post the same content every day and don't post it multiple times unless there was some major error that I made, which is possible. But hopefully this is getting out to you on Facebook. If it's not, then you wouldn't hear this anyway, and you're stuck with me on Twitter or LinkedIn or YouTube. So and nonetheless, every Wednesday, if it works as it's supposed to, this is where we'll be. So today I want to encourage you to subscribe for free. Also, please like and subscribe these videos. It really helps me get this content out to new audiences or the right people. If you're liking and subscribing, it really is a blessing more than you know. So I really encourage you to down below or to this side or that side or somewhere, shape, or form, please like and subscribe. So not only does it get you to see this more often as well, this game-changing, career-changing, I believe, content, but also for those that could use it as well. Please do that for me. I really appreciate it, and I'm glad you're here. So without further ado, today we're going to talk about how to craft a LinkedIn scroll stopping about section. And for us to be able to do that, we really want to be able to understand some basic elements about LinkedIn. Okay, we want to start with some basic things. So to have a scroll stopping about section, what do I mean by that? Well, scroll stopping, in today's world is not necessarily show stopping, but scroll stopping, because as people are fast and furious, including myself, probably you as well, throughout your day, there's a lot of things coming at you, right? A lot of things are coming into your ears, coming into your eyes, coming into your mind, coming out of your mouth, coming out of your brain into your mouth and into what you do at work and at home. And it's fast and furious. It's really noisy out there many times too, and there's a lot of opportunities to be led astray. What we want to help do is calm those nerves. We want to help show stop, but scroll stop when people are on LinkedIn looking to find a solution to the problem they're experiencing. And we want that solution to be known as you, and the skills and abilities and your personality and just your work ethic and how all that goes into you solving problems in the marketplace. The way we're going to be able to make sure we communicate that well is having a LinkedIn profile that's ready to rock, ready to roll, and is able to stop the scroll of those recruiters, headhunters, hiring managers, maybe CEO, CFO, CTO, CHRO, CMOs, whatever, right? Whoever's out there, and vice presidents, human resource directors, whoever would hire you, whether it's contract, whether it's W-2, whether you're seeking prospective clients, whatever the case may be, as business exchanges hands or as business is done, one of the ways you're going to get that done more effectively and more efficiently and with you is to have a scroll stopping about section in your LinkedIn profile. So we'll talk more about what that means. The importance of this about section is really this. When you think about it, when people are logging into LinkedIn and they're going into the search box to find someone that has solutions to their problems, or maybe they're seeking out to fill a job requisition request from management or leadership at their company, or whatever the case may be, they're typing in keywords into the about section that's going to hopefully land on you. And that's what I get to do every single day, is help people to know, live, and love the purpose for their career, but also with that, learning how to communicate, learning how to put into words and into action how they're able to bring value to the marketplace, how to solve problems. And one of the places you'll do that is in your headline in your LinkedIn profile, which is a lot of work for many of us in our LinkedIn profile headline. But right after that is the about section. The about section gives you, I think it's 3,000 characters. Now I'd have to go back and double check, but a great opportunity for a yellow pad or a blank sheet of paper for you to communicate what you do best, so those who need it the most can see it and understand how you add value, how you'll solve problems for the problems, or how you add solutions to the problems they're experiencing, and then you give them a call to action, a place to take a next step with you. See, the importance of the about section is that it's yours. You get to write it, you get to craft it. The importance of the about section is you get to share your story and showcase your value. And today I'm going to give you a template that you can utilize to really help you make this work for you in a major way. So the Ultimate LinkedIn Profile Anatomy. Now, I teach a course called the Ultimate LinkedIn Profile, and when I coach folks on LinkedIn, this is my framework that I give to my clients about how they can use LinkedIn to share their story, showcase their value, to be found for what they do best by those who need it the most, and so on and so forth. The Ultimate LinkedIn Profile has an anatomy, right? It has a structure, it has a framework, it's built out a certain way. And so two of the major components of the Ultimate LinkedIn Profile, when done well, will shine like full moon. It will shine like the stars. It will shine like that spotlight, right? It will help people stop the scroll. When you have your headline and your about section dialed in together, you're really going to be able to make a difference in how you share your story and showcase your value. So I'm going to come alongside you today and bring you a template to help you to do that. All right, so what does that look like? Well, before we get into that, we want to have a core understanding that how I do business or how I coach on LinkedIn is this. And really, if you're not about this, you need to probably stop the video, stop the stream, instead of stopping the scroll, because you won't get this. But if you're open to changing the way you've been going about your career, then I want to encourage you with this B plus M times S. B plus M times S. What is that? I've already said it multiple times. It's understanding, it's identifying, it's understanding and putting to work for you what you, my friend, do best. What you do best. Then sharing it with those who need it the most and multiplying it by, that's M. So B is what you do best. M is sharing it with those who need it the most, sharing what you do best with those who need it the most. So put those together. You're the solution for what you do best to a problem that most are experiencing, right? Who need you the most. And when you multiply that, when you exponentially apply the heart and attitude that you're seeking to serve, man, game changer. It shows in your how you hold yourself. It shows in your smile. It shows in your eye-to-eye contact. It shows in how you go about your business, how you walk, how you talk, and it really is a game changer. When you have that heart, I think as my little girl does it, see if I can do it. When you have that heart, my 4-year-old Ella, when you have that heart to seek to serve, what you do best will be noticed more and more and more by those who need it the most. And those who need it the most will be celebrating because they found you who does best what they need the most. And that is a game changer for your career. That is an interviewer share. You know, I learned from this guy, Brian. He talked to me about, man, understanding, really identifying and understanding and applying what I do best so I can share it with you, prospective customer, prospective client, prospective employer, prospective donor or partner or whatever the case may be, that you may need the most what I do best. And that's why we're here interviewing. That's why we're here having a conversation. But the difference maker for me than all your other candidates is I want to seek to serve you. I want to put fire down with that big hose I bring that's solution oriented, with the water hose. So those are the kind of things that will set you apart from others. And you want to share that. You want to echo that. You want to communicate that in your about section. The scroll stopping template will help you do that. That not? Oh gosh, look at this. Okay, here we go. This wasn't even on the screen the whole time. I'll go back to live mode. Oh, I see what I did. Okay, having some difficulties today. But so what I want you to do, guys, let's take this as like your LinkedIn profile here, right? You have right up top, you have your profile photo, right? Yay. And then you have your cover photo there. And then right below it, you have your about section. Okay, this is very important that you know that you take interest in this because your about section is really going to be the section where you get to put your keyword phrase. And I always suggest to my clients that they have a 4-word keyword phrase. Okay, so that's number one. And number two is you want to have demonstrate that you understand the problem, And it looks like I'm having some challenges. I'm just going to go ahead and skip this iPad thing. Just going to bring up these notes for you. That's the most important. I want you guys to get this and see this. This is huge. So this is what I want to share with you guys. You can take this away today. All right. The first important thing is, like I said, you're going to have up top, you're going to have your profile photo. I'm just going to go ahead and type in here with you guys. You're going to have your profile photo, your cover photo, and all that kind of stuff. It's going to really share your brand and who you are and what you do and all that kind of stuff. Okay. Then you have down below, you have your about section. And in your about section, you want to have this. You want to have a keyword phrase. Your keyword phrase is a 4-word keyword phrase that talks about what you do best so that those who need it the most can see that you are a solution to their problem. So if I was in sales, let's say I was a sales leader, quota driven. Okay, I'm just making up something here as we go. And you got to be able to spell right too. Okay, so sales leader, quota driven. Let's say, so really people understand that I'm driven by a quota. I understand that, it's not just handed to me on a silver platter, my sales every month. I got to be able to make a difference here. How about business development manager, pharmaceuticals? Okay, this is a business development manager. He obviously leads salespeople or a territory, and he's in the pharmaceutical industry. Let's talk about supply chain manufacturing. Let's say this, engineer in the manufacturing space, or maybe even specifically CPG, consumer products, right? Okay, or maybe aeronautics, okay, or let's say like electrical engineer, aeronautics, and let's say, um, oh my gosh, it just left me. Not yeah, automation, okay, or AI, kind of stuff like that. Another one might be childcare servant leader. Okay, you're in the childcare industry, but you're a servant leader. You're showing that you're seeking to serve, or childcare servant. Um, let's see, childcare leader, childcare leader. Let's see what else. Preschool. Okay, or um, faith-based. Okay, so these are just certain kind of keywords that we search for or sought for what you do best by those who need it the most. Okay, so those are some keywords, just examples, just random examples off the top of my head. Think of things that you do, what you do best, who needs it the most, and that you're demonstrating that you're seeking to serve. That's what I'm trying to get across here. Okay, now how do we stop scrolling? Well, really, I think the other thing is, boom, what stops scrolling is that it's a sales and marketing technique about when you scratch or you agitate the pain that someone's experiencing. When you can demonstrate right in your about section that you understand the problem that they're experiencing, that's like gold, right? Gold that shows like I don't have to train someone, I don't have to explain to them, I don't have to sell them on the fact that this is a problem in my business or in my industry or in my at my school or at my church or wherever the case may be, wherever business is conducted or work is being done. If you can help really quickly and clearly demonstrate that you understand the problem, then that's a big to do. Like for me, I sell services that add value to business owners, helping their people with money management, so that when clients, when their employees come in, they're not bringing all of their money management problems from home into the workplace. We want to stop that dead in its tracks because that money management issue steals away time from the work that's being done at work. Instead, folks are on calls and hours are spent each month by employees that are suffering in their finances while at work. And that takes away from overall productivity. And quite honestly, if they're not as productive at work, then they drain resources more than they add value. And that means they're either going to stay in that same seat forever and ever, or be fired, or just miss opportunities to advance with the company where everybody wins. So what I say in mine is going, you know how money management issues are big on the workplace, causing workers to miss work or to have more sick days or just be less productive? Well, I help solve that by bringing money management skills and training to the workplace, so that your employees are not asking for raises anymore, but they're asking for what work can I do next to add value to the bottom line. Things like that. I'm totally going off the top of my head right now, but those are kind of opportunities for you share the problem, you call it out, and you're going, I have the solution to fix it. And that's going to take some research potentially for your industry or your field. That's going to take some moxie or some courage. But I'm telling you what, you have a purpose, my friend. And if you know it, if you're living it out, you're going to love it. And because loving it is a part of being on a team where you're solving problems, because that's what the world gives us is problems. And business owners want their problems solved, not being multiplied. You can be the solution to that. So really share that right up front. And guess what, guys? It's not going to be perfect the first time. No worries. Give it a shot anyway. So I would say understand, identify the problem, 1 or 2 sentences, show that you understand it, that you're calling it out, that you're agitating it, so that you're fanning the flame on that problem so the employer, potential client, whatever the case may be, can see that you want to bring solution to it and can bring solution to it. And then give 1 or 2 lines of how you solve it. Use your seeking to serve heart. Use your skills and abilities. Use your personality traits in some of those sentences. Whatever the case may be, do that and do that well. And know that you can change it. It doesn't have to stay that way forever. You can change it if need be. All right. So the next line is back it up. Is there a testimonial that you have or third-party endorsement that you have from somebody that you have helped that you can gladly, really quickly and easily share that? Then use that, okay? Use that use that in this about section as well. So not only you saying, I understand the problem, not only you're saying you understand, you can bring a solution to that, but here's where I've done it elsewhere with the same problem or with the same attitude and so on and so forth. And you can get that testimonial, I have it right there for you, from a performance review, or maybe from a former or a recommendation down below in your LinkedIn profile, or maybe just asking somebody, how you solve problems. So here's some unique add-ons as you continue to move down your about section. You're building your about section piece by piece. Some unique add-ons would be, what are your core competencies? What are you good at? Are you good at, management? Are you good at building teams? What are what do you do best? What are some of your core competencies that would be recognized? Are you good at organizational leadership? Are you good at, maybe some kind of technology? Are you good at maybe writing or public speaking? Maybe it's coordinating events. What are those core competencies that you bring to the table? All right. Are you an encourager, or are you good at challenging somebody? Okay. And now that leads into a good one, is assessment results. What kind of assessments have you taken? Have you taken a Strength Finders, which I think is now called Clifton Strengths? I'll link out to that in the show notes. Have you taken a DISC personality assessment, or maybe a Myers-Briggs or a Berkman, or even an Enneagram? Have you taken some of those assessments? Maybe you're a faith and there's some spiritual gifts that you want to call out and put in there. And not only because you might be applying with a faith-based employer, but just in general, those really help you communicate what you do best. And they're assessment driven. So put the name of the assessment, put the source of the assessment, and put what the assessment results were. That can really help give you some third party lift. That isn't you saying it, it's what these assessments have said and done. And also shows you care about these kinds of things and how you can add value to the marketplace with it. All right, in addition to that, how about another testimonial or two if you have them as well in your about section? And then another little add on here is words that people use to describe you. You can see I'm big about what have others said, because a lot of us would say whatever we're going to say on a resume, but what have others said about us that we can put in there is a great way to communicate value, or how we add value to the marketplace, how we solve problems. All right, CTA. This is a huge one. CTA is call to action. CTA is communicating that you want to be connected with, that you want to take next steps, that you're available for a conversation. So I would say maybe something like this. Let me unbold that. If you would like to collaborate, or let's say this, I'm just making this up. If you would like to connect or collaborate, cool. I always spelled this word wrong. Collaborate, yeah, there we go, with me on my skills, abilities, or experiences, then text me at, there it is, your phone number. Boom. Right? Okay. Or if you're not happy with that, then or email me at, or both. Okay. Put it down here. So that is one way to do it. Another one would be like, if you are struggling with money management, how about this? This is what I was just sharing earlier. Employee money management issues, or mange. Please connect with me to help you solve the issue at, and put your email or a phone number or whatever. Okay. So again, you are seeking to serve by putting this there. You're making it easy for someone to connect with you, for someone to communicate with you, or someone to collaborate with you. You're not making them dance all around trying to find your contact info, which leads me to another thing. By the way, type this into check. Let me scroll up. Check your contact info on LinkedIn. Is it accurate on LinkedIn? I was doing an audit for a company recently, some of their company employees' profiles, and they had a lot of old company emails in there. So let's finish off with some encouragement. So, let's go back and review. All right. So to help us get that scroll stopping about section, which is so important, that ties into your headline. Your headline has that keyword phrase in it. Your headline has an expertise statement. By the way, you can go look at some of my other videos about how to create a killer headline. But then take a look down below and go, there's your about section right there. And you have 3,000 words or characters to communicate how you add value. It's where you share your story. It's where you share your value with the marketplace. You put in your about section, you put your keyword phrase, you put, these are some examples we went with. Okay. These are some examples we went with. And then you put down, make sure that it says what you do best, and showing that your attitude is seeking to serve those who need it the most. Then you go into the problems, right? Talk about the problem, that you understand the problem, Talk about the solution, that you are the solution, and give a couple lines of how you are the solution here. Okay. Then give some testimonials to back it up. Back it up. What are some third-party testimonials of people that have benefited from what you have to offer? Then put some unique add-ons and core competencies, giving some more description of what you do best. Assessment results, if you have them. If not, go get some. Some of these are free or a low-cost initial assessment, like Strength Finders or Clifton Strengths. You can get your, I think it's your top 10 or top 5 for a low investment. And then you can get all, I think it's like 30 strengths for $89, but sometimes they have specials too. Or maybe you can find a discount code as well to get a lesser price on that. And then another testimonial or two, then words that people use to describe you, followed up by a call to action. So people could take action on what they like in your scroll stopping about section. So good stuff here. So good. And so I really encourage you to rock and roll with that stuff. Don't let this opportunity to make a difference, to serve with what people need today with this content that I'm providing you. Okay, so here's some encouragement for you guys. Some encouragement for you is this: remember that it's technology, that you can change it. We're not printing a book. So if you start with something, either you don't like it or you slept on it and you're like, I want to change it, or you just don't feel good about something, you can, like I just said, change it. It's technology. You can go right back into your LinkedIn profile and edit that sucker. Too many times people get locked and frozen and thinking they're stuck. You're not stuck unless you do nothing. Do not do nothing. That's a double negative. Do something and really get moving down the field here. And one of my good friends, he's the James Moore. We always joke because my social media handles are the Brian Horvath, because a lot of folks have my name already taken on Facebook and Twitter and stuff like that. But the Brian Horvath, or the James Moore, excuse me, says to me many times, Brian, where you start will not be where you finish. And that's a great, great encouragement. So take that encouragement and run with it. Where you start with your LinkedIn profile today using this will not be where you finish, but is a great start. So don't miss out on that. And then I came up with this earlier: stand tall through it all. And what I mean by that is there's a lot of noise. There's wind, there's waves, there's the earth shakes, life happens. People are, saying this and that on social media, but LinkedIn is a professional network. LinkedIn is people connecting to collaborate. And if they're not, they quickly find they're not successful or they fall away from it. Don't let the noise move you this way or that way, but always remember you have something that you do best. You have a purpose. And there are people out there that need most what you do best. And when you seek to serve using that heart, that right attitude, you can stand tall through all the noise and stay connected and stay focused. So I really want to encourage you to do just that. I hope this was helpful. Please like and subscribe below. Let me know what you think about this stuff today. So Q&A. I'm going to pull up if there's any Q&A from today. Love to have you get your questions answered. And again, if there's not, then that's fine. So always bring some nuggets. Maybe there's some Q&A. So if you're on now and you're watching, there's some people on today that have questions about LinkedIn, regardless if it's about the scroll stopping about section or it's about anything at all LinkedIn. Go ahead and let me know. I'd love to be able to add value to you and help you work through that, to help you get unstuck. I don't want you to be stuck in LinkedIn. I want you to be moving forward and moving ahead. So let me know what those are, and I'd be glad to get those to you. And again, you can email me at brian@brianhorvath.com, and I'd be glad to get those answered for you as well if they're not on this video here. And if you're watching this as a recording, you can still put this question in the comments, and I'll get notified and gladly communicate back to you the answer. It's my privilege and pleasure to be able to serve you today. Okay, so each Wednesday, our LinkedIn Live Q&A is available at these outlets: YouTube, Facebook, and Twitter, right there in front of you, and noon Eastern, 9 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. And of course, after this, I go down and put this on YouTube as a output, and cutting out any of the technology issues or glitches we had in the matrix or anything like that, especially like we did today. But LinkedIn Live Q&A, again, there's my email. Email me. I really want to help you. Your questions drive and fuel the content that I put out every week, and want to be able to take advantage of your input, because your input's valuable, and want to help you solve those problems that you're experiencing, whether in LinkedIn land or in your career development and so on and so forth. Email me at brian@brianhorvath.com. And then finally, if you haven't gotten it already, Go to brianhorvath.com/LinkedIn-quick-start and get that free LinkedIn Quick Start Guide, your LinkedIn Quick Start Guide. I go over the 7 steps to help you make your profile shine and will allow you to be confident about sharing it so that you can collaborate and connect with those people who you're supposed to. Go to get it, brianhorvath.com/LinkedIn-quick-start, and appreciate you giving feedback on that as well. I think you'll find it very useful.